Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Welcome to IQ Illuminating Quran. My name is Sahar Rizk. I hope everyone is doing well. Today, inshallah, we'll continue with Surat Maryam, chapter 19, verses 22 to 40. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم فحملته فانتبذت به مكانا قصيا. So she conceived him, and she withdrew with him to a remote place. So they're talking about the delivery, Mary delivering her baby Jesus. So when the delivery came, the delivery took place in Bethlehem, about 6 miles south of Jerusalem, and she stayed under a palm tree because the pain was so severe. She wanted something to hold on to during delivery. So she conceived him, and she withdrew with him to a remote place. فأجاءها المخاص إلى جذع النخلة قالت يا ليتني مت قبل هذا وكنت نسيا منسيا. And the pain of childbirth drove her to the trunk of a palm tree. She said, "Oh, I wish I had died before this, and I was oblivious, forgotten. I was in oblivion, forgotten." Sharawi said from the pain of delivery, she needed support to hold on the tree from the pain. She was but human and suffered the pangs of delivery or expected mothers, but she had no one to attend to her. She was far away from her people. She was clinging to the tree for support. Just like all women need support during delivery, severe labor pain. And the pain of childbirth drove her to the trunk of a date palm. She said, would that I had died before this and had been forgotten and out of sight. فناداها من تحتها ألا تحزني قد جعل ربك تحتك سريا. But he called her from below her, do not grieve. Your Lord has provided beneath you a stream. From beneath her, from beneath the palm tree. I don't think that's what it meant. I think it meant تحتها. I think it's referring to the baby who's talking to her. Then he cried unto her from below her, saying, grieve not, your Lord has provided a sariya. Sariya means just a stream of water, because, she's suffering pain. She doesn't have to go hungry and thirsty too. So God provided water for her. وهزي إليك بجذع النخلة تساقط عليك رطبا جنيا. And shake toward you the trunk of palm tree, it will drop upon you ripe fresh dates. Okay, so Sharawi said this is God talking. This is kind of a God talk, because if you bring the strongest man to shake that tree, it's not gonna budge. But this is a woman who's sitting in pain, so weak from delivery, and God telling her to shake the tree. Shake toward you the trunk of the palm tree. It will drop, but not just any date, ripe tree, pleasant to eat. She should not suffer thirst and hunger. So God is providing provision for her. Fruit tree and streams of water. Shake the trunk of date toward you. It will let fresh, ripe dates. Okay, so it's same as what they said. فكلي واشربي وقري عينا فإما ترين من من البشر أحدا فقولي إني نذرت للرحمن صوما فلن أكلم اليوم إنسيا. So eat and drink and be content. And if you see from among humanity anyone, say, indeed, I have vowed to the most merciful, abstinentian. So I will not speak today to any man. Cool thine eye, comfort thyself, and be glad. She was to cool her eyes, perhaps full of tears. So, قري عينا. Okay. Yusuf Ali saying she could be crying, and he told her to قري عينا. And he told her to look around. If anyone came, decline all conversation. And fast, by fast, he doesn't mean from, God doesn't mean from food or drink. It means abstinence from ordinary household meals. Indeed, from human intercourse. No. It's this woman, Mary, she just delivered a baby without a father, and God does not, at her stage being so weak and probably still bleeding, he doesn't want to subject her to ridicules of man. So he told her, just don't speak, no conversation. Okay? Communication by gesture. Yeah, so she's just abstinence from speech. That makes sense. I shall not speak to any human being today. فأتت به قومها تحمله قالوا يا مريم لقد جئت شيئا فريا. Then she brought him to her people carrying him. They said, "O Mary, you have certainly done a thing unprecedented." They were ready to think the worst of her, how she had disgraced the house of Imran, the foundation of priesthood. All of them are almost priests. She came with him to her people carrying him. يا أخت هارون ما كان أبوك امرأ سوء وما كانت أمك بغية. O sister of Aaron, your father was not a man of evil, nor was your mother unchaste. How they said she has fallen and disgraced her family. Descendant of Aaron, the brother of Moses, she was called sister of Aaron. They're all priests and they're all prophets, so holy. So they wanted to shame her. How did you fall so far from the tree? So your father was not a man who used to commit adultery, nor your mother was an unchaste woman. فأشارت إليه قالوا كيف نكلم من كان في المهد صبيا. So she pointed to him. They said, how can we speak to one who's in the cradle, a child? She knew already because the child already talked to her. So he gave her confidence to point to him if they give her a hard time. So when they talked to her, God told her not to speak, so she just pointed to the child. She knew this was no ordinary child. And he delivered. He came to the rescue. By a miracle, he spoke, defending his mother. He preached. Okay. قال إني عبد الله آتاني الكتاب وجعلني نبيا. Jesus says, indeed, I am the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet. That didn't change. But notice the first thing he says, servant of Allah. He didn't say I'm God. He didn't say I'm son of God. He already introduced himself as the servant of God. Jesus would speak to man while yet in the cradle. But notice the past tense. He describes something that is coming in the future, all in past tense. Granted divinity, revelation, and made me a prophet, attaining a full maturity, intellect, and experience. Okay. Yeah, he says, I'm a servant of God. He has given me the scripture, and made me a prophet. Not will make me, it's already done deal. وجعلني مباركا أينما كنت وأوصاني بالصلاة والزكاة ما دمت حيا. And he has made me blessed wherever I am, and has enjoined upon me prayer and zakat as long as I remain alive. Jesus declares that every outset that he is the servant of God. But I don't know where they got the negative notion that he's Allah or he's a son of God. And his task, or he was told to keep the prayers and observe the prayers and charity and purity. وبرا بوالدتي ولم يجعلني جبارا شقيا. جبارا شقيا, and made me dutiful to my mother, and he has not made me wretched tyrant. Overbearing violence is not only harm the ones that it was directed toward, but also the one who's inflicting the violence or causing the violence. He will have a wretched ending in hell during day after, on the day after. والسلام علي يوم ولدت ويوم أموت ويوم أبعث حيا. Peace and peace is on me the day I was born, and the day I will die, and the day I am raised alive. There's miracles in the day he was born, the miracle in the day he dies, and the miracle that he was raised alive. ذلك عيسى ابن مريم قول الحق الذي فيه تمترون. This is Jesus, the son of Mary, the word of truth, about which they are in dispute. um, about whom they are in doubt, even among themselves, not just between Jews and Christian or Muslims, no, among themselves. Yusuf Ali said this disputations among about the nature of Jesus Christ were vain. The modern Christians, they set it aside a little bit in the background, but it would be best to just abandon it altogether and just read the scripture. He never said, I am God or Son of God. So he just says, I'm a servant of God. وما كان لله أن يتخذ من ولد سبحانه إذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون. It is not befitting for Allah to take a son. Exalted is He. When He decrees an affair, He only says to it be, and it is. Begetting a son is a physical act depending on the need of man's animal nature, and God Most High is independent of all needs. You can't just sorry, derogatory to him. It is derogatory to him to attribute such act to him. Okay? All he has to do is say be, and it is. He doesn't have to go through the acts or needs or emotions. He just commands it to be. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ رَبِّي وَرَبُّكُمْ فَاعْبُدُوهُ هَذَا صِرَاطٌ مُسْتَقِيمٌ. Jesus says, and indeed Allah is my Lord and your Lord, so worship Him. That is the straight path. Christ's teaching was simple, like His life. Christians have made it crooked. Straight path. Christ's path is a straight, simple path, but Christians corrupted it. فاختلف الأحزاب من بينهم فويل للذين كفروا من مشهد يوم عظيم. Then the faction differed concerning Jesus from among them. So woe to those who disbelieved from the scene of tremendous day. Now, on the judgment, the word original mashhad is a scene. It's like during life, you've done all your rehearsal and getting experience, and on the day of judgment, that's when all the evidence come out. Mashhad, it's a scene. It could imply the time and place where evidence is taken, like court, the court day, everything is revealed. Or it's the time where people are produced to be judged. Actually, it's both of these, the day of judgment. Mashhad, it's the day of judgment where everyone comes, those to see their evidence and be judged. أسمع بهم وأبصر يوم يأتوننا لكن الظالمون اليوم في ضلال مبين. How clearly they will hear and see the day they come to us, but the wrongdoers today are in clear error. Sometimes they just repeat the translation here, or maybe this translation is taken for Ibn Kathir, I'm not sure. وأنذرهم يوم الحسرة إذ قضي الأمر وهم في غفلة وهم لا يؤمنون. And warn them, O Muhammad, of the day of regret, when the matter will be concluded, and yet they are in a state of heedlessness, and they do not believe. Regret, distress. Hasra, regret, distress, hasra. Think of it as a show day, but they have nothing to show for. They disbelieve, so they have no deeds to show for. They didn't practice right. إنا نحن نرث الأرض ومن عليها وإلينا ترجعون. Indeed, it is we who will inherit the earth and whoever is on it, and to us they will be returned. Allah gives life and death, and all that survives after physical death goes back to Allah. That's the same thing as Sharawi said. Even death dies and returns to Allah, to the original source of all things. Okay, he didn't add much. Okay, so that's it for today's section. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Until next time, take good care. Assalamu alaikum.